Hello, I'm Dr. Q. Welcome to my channel. This is the fourth class of Principles of Economics. In this video, I'll cover individual economizing problem and budget line. Last class, we covered graphical expression, knowing that graph is straightforward in describing the relationship of a pair of variables. In this video, we'll learn how to use budget line to analyze the individual's economizing problem and be able to interpret the trade-offs and opportunity costs in consumers' purchasing behavior. Everyone has a finite amount of money, even the richest, while most of us have unlimited ones. When students get ready for university life, it's most exciting to shop for school supplies, textbooks, new digitals, cell phones, and laptops with a budget. And next year, another round of new products is going to invite more ones. When people purchase their first house and become homeowner, while location, number of bedrooms and bathrooms, house condition, layout, age of the house and appliances, availability of options are all the items one need to consider, the budget is the key to define what type of house the buyer can afford. And there probably will be trade-offs among the desirable options. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates, one of the richest couples in the world, have a seemingly unlimited amount of money, but they still have to pick and choose in charity projects thanks for their extraordinary generosity as philanthropists. In everyday life, we need to allocate limited budget on all types of goods and services, such as food, transportation, clothes, entertainment, shelter, books, education, necessities. In economics, we like to understand people's purchasing options with a limited budget. For the simplicity of analysis, we limit the items for purchase to 2. The conclusion drawn from 2 items can be applied to the situation when goods and services are multiple. I hope you still remember the story I told you in covering opportunity cost in first class. The story I told about a little girl, Hopper. I said we need to view the cost through the eyes of a small child. Let's say a 5-year-old little girl, her name is Hopper. Harper receives $6 of a gift certificate from her parents at Christmas to be used at a toy store. So one day, Harper's grandma takes Harper to the store. Harper is so happy to see so many toys and she just wants them all. After gaining a bit of a sense of affordability, Harper narrows down to stuffed animals at $20 per piece and picture books at $10 per piece. With this setting, let's think about all the combinations of the 2 goods Harper can afford. We use the first column as the number of stuffed animals, the second column as the number of books Harper can afford. If she spent all $60 in purchasing stuffed animals, she can get 60 divided by 20, 3. If she gives up 1, 2 stuffed animals cost her 2 multiplied 20, $40. That leaves her 60 minus 40, $20 to purchase books. Assuming she wants to spend all her money, the $20 can get her 2 books. If she gives up another stuffed animal, only keeps 1, that costs her $20, which leaves her 60 minus 20, $40, which can get her 40 divided by 10, 4 books. Lastly, if Harper spends all her money on books, she can get 60 divided by 10, 6 books and 0 stuffed animal. So far, we figure out all Harper's purchasing combination if she spends all her money. If we draw a smooth line linking all those combinations, we get the budget line. The other points on the curve are mathematically achievable, although do not have much of economic meaning, as nobody will sell or purchase half of a stuffed animal or 3.5 books. This line provides us a sense of boundary of what we can and what we cannot afford with a given budget. The combinations on the points within the budget line, but not on the budget line, are affordable but do not exhaust the budget. For example, 2 books and 1 stuffed animal cost $40, with $60 of budget that is affordable or attainable. Another example, 5 books and no stuffed animal. This combination is a point on the vertical axis. This costs $50 within her budget, so it's affordable or attainable. On the other hand, for the points beyond the budget line, for example, 6 books and 2 stuffed animals, it is going to cost 6 multiplied 10 plus 2 multiplied 20, $100, which is larger than $60 Harper's budget, therefore unaffordable or unattainable. Now, let's think about the opportunity cost. From the knowledge we learned in first class, in this context, if we want to figure out the opportunity cost of a book, it's equivalent to ask how many stuffed animals it cost Harper to get 1 more book. If we want to figure out the opportunity cost of a stuffed animal, that will be how many books it cost Harper to get 1 more stuffed animal. Let's focus on the latter one. This can be answered by the slope of the budget line. The slope can be calculated as a vertical change over horizontal change between 82 points on the curve. Let's pick 2 extreme points. The ones on the axis set. A, 0 stuffed animal, 6 books on vertical axis, and B, 3 stuffed animals, 0 book on horizontal axis. From A to B, Harper gives up 6 books, which is -6, and again 3 stuffed animals. The ratio between the two is -6 over 3, which is -2 over 1. Means that in order to get 1 more stuffed animal, she has to give up 2 picture books. The opportunity cost for stuffed animal is 2. Certainly, you can inverse it as it costs 1 book, 1 stuffed animal to get 2 more books. After nominalization, it costs half of stuffed animal to get 1 more book. This is a way to interpret it, but it's tricky because, again, half of stuffed animal is not practical. You can get the same result by flipping the vertical and horizontal axis by putting the number of stuffed animal on vertical axis and picture books on horizontal axis. Here are a summary of formulas for calculating opportunity cost in budget line. We use initials OC as abbreviation for opportunity cost. Negative sign describes the core of opportunity cost. It is the opportunity one has to give up in order to gain. The first formula is the one we have been using. If we want to figure out the opportunity cost of X in perspective of Y, we need to calculate the ratio with the number of Y given up as numerator and the number of x gained as denominator. Alternatively, if we want to figure out the opportunity cost of x, it can be done by figuring out the price ratio of x and y. In previous example, opportunity cost of a stuffed animal was calculated as 6 books given up over the 3 stuffed animals gained, which is also equal to the price of stuffed animal $20 over price of picture books 10. Both of them give us answer of 2. The only difference is that the negative sign is missing in price ratio formula. Now, let's look at a different case. Please pause and figure out and get back for explanation. Alright, based upon the information, we can figure out the new combination of items one can afford, which are shown on the table. And the new budget line is highlighted by the solid blue line, compared with the previous budget line in dashed line. We can see that the new budget line illustrates fewer purchasing options than the previous one, as the price of one item increases. In daily life, if our income does not change, but the price of goods or services increase, that is not a good situation, as the purchasing power of the income deteriorates. Second, the slope of the budget line changes. It costs 3 picture books to get 3 stuffed animals. Therefore, the opportunity cost of stuffed animal is 1. Alternatively, you can use the price ratio formula to get the same answer. The opportunity cost decreases from 2 to 1. Did you get the correct answer? Lastly, let's look at case 3. The budget stays the same, while price drops to half of the original value. Does the opportunity cost change? You may pause and come back for the answer. Following the same procedure, you can get the same answer by either deriving the budget line or use the price ratio formula. The 2 lines are parallel and share the slope. The opportunity cost of case 3 and case 1 are the same. We can draw a conclusion that as long as the price ratio of the 2 items does not change, the opportunity cost does not change, despite the change in income. Let's do a practice. Pause and come back. Alright, here is the answer. Did you solve it? Here I just want to emphasize one thing. For the quantity formula, the numerator is the number of alternatives given up, while denominator is the thing we want to gain. For the price formula, we put the price of the thing we want to gain on top, the price of the thing we give up on the bottom. So you may see the item flips from quantity formula to price formula. Alright, that is all I have for this video. I will cover the society's economizing problem with the production possibilities curve in next one. Thank you for watching. Please like or share this video and subscribe my channel for more lectures in economics.